Hello. After a hiatus, I am now back to reviewing Darkwing. Today I'll be taking a look at Darkwing Duck number 5 from Dynamite, written by Daniel Kibblesmith, with the art by Carlo Loro and Andre Izzo, and the main cover being done by Darkwing's creator, Tad Stones. The comic starts with a news report by Rory Pantera, who looks just like Dip Dobson from the Boom Studios comic run of Darkwing, where he's outside Shush headquarters, where a new invention is being showcased, which is the internet, where we have G. Gander Hooter, Agent Grizzlycoff, and Dr. Cerebellum. And then we cut to Megavolt in the city prison, where we get the comic's title, Worldwide Wrath, as Megavolt is working in the prison library. He's able to use the computer that one of the guards is working on in order to, or Megavolt is able to become pure energy and go into the computer and escape. We then cut this time to the Mallard household as we see Drake Mallard, Goslin, and Launchpad all relaxing, where Goslin's playing on the computer, and Drake and Launchpad are playing Parcheesi, which is obviously a parody of Parcheesi. And then we get a power outage created by Megavolt as a pixel version of himself pops up on Goslin's computer. It also is nice to see that Goslin gets to use one of her catchphrases, "Cool Beans," which for some reason in the Dynamite Darkwing run they don't like to use her catchphrases all that much. As Megavolt makes it clear that he now controls the electricity throughout the city, now that he's infected the internet. So now Darkwing has to go to Shush headquarters and use their new device that they created in order to infiltrate the internet and stop Megavolt. As Dr. Cerebellum explains that the bio-optical transporter allows them to send living organisms into the internet, which is actually very similar to the machine from the episode Whiffle While You Work from the original Darkwing cartoon. And I did notice that Dr. Cerebellum here has brown hair when she's supposed to have black hair, but nonetheless. Dr. Cerebellum warns Darkwing to not touch the server core, because either he'll become supercharged or the entire internet could explode. As Darkwing is hurtling through the internet, we get a very 1990s depiction of what web surfing would be like. And we get a cute little reference as Darkwing comes across a guy in a suit as he's wondering where to find Megavolt, and the guy points him in the right direction, where he responds, "Asked and answered, thanks, Jeeves." And a cute little reference to the Ask Jeeves search engine. A lot of internet-based humor. It's not long till Darkwing ends up encountering Megavolt, in which Megavolt has had enough time to get accustomed to living in the internet, and he attacks Darkwing, which he barely escapes. Where Darkwing is then rescued by internet cookies, and after revealing themselves to be good guys, they then help Darkwing by letting them use his vehicle, their search engine. And as they explained, the bigger the question, the faster it goes. Darkwing has no idea about internet or computers, and they end up going pretty fast. And just as Megavolt arrives at the core, we get, "I am the screeching modem noise on evil phone line. I am Darkwing Duck," which will then get a funny response from Megavolt. "I know, everyone knows, you say it every time, now get out of my way." And they both go hurtling into the core. Megavolt emerges from the core in no longer Megavolt, but now Mechavolt, as he now has a construct of a power armor around him. And then Darkwing leaps out, as he's also clad with a construct of a power suit. And we do get a pretty awesome battle between Mechavolt and Darkwing, as they go back and forth, and we get a variety of internet-based puns and visual gags. While the battle is going poorly for Darkwing, one of the cookies reminds him he has the one thing that Megavolt doesn't have, and that's people that he can ask for help. So using the power of the internet, Darkwing sends an email to Goslin. She is very excited about, because as she says, unlimited screen time. And as Mechavolt moves in for the kill, a giant hand holding a Parcheesi piece comes down and crushes Mechavolt. And with that, The day is saved. We see a news report the next day that Shush has decided that Saint Canard is not ready for the internet yet, as Cerebellum smashes the machine. As we see life go back to normal for Drake, Launchpad, Goslin, and Honker. And it ends with Megavolt still being trapped under the Parchusi piece with an internet cookie guarding him. As we get the tease for the next issue. And now for my thoughts about the issue. I'd say that I enjoyed it quite a bit. It is reminiscent of episodes like Whiffle While You Work from the original series, which makes it familiar and not as original, but it's different enough that I could see it working as an episode of the show. There's some cute gags, some funny internet humor. I had been under the impression that this Darkwing series takes place in modern day, but with this issue, it makes me wonder just what the timeline is for this Darkwing series. I'm not sure why they replaced the artist from the first four issues and brought Carlo Loro back, but his artwork has come a long way since he first started drawing Darkwing. Hopefully these hiatuses that Dynamite has been having don't become a regular thing, and they're able to get their books out on a more regular basis. All in all, I enjoyed the comic. It works whether you've been collecting the whole time or if this is your first Darkwing comic. It's a standalone adventure that doesn't require you to have an extensive knowledge of Darkwing. I highly recommend it. It's a fun little comic with a lot of the verbal jokes as well as also references and slapstick landing with some very nice art. Till next time, see ya.